So I get a call while I'm at work, and because I'm at work and I actually do work while I'm at work, I don't pick up the phone. I wind up getting a message from Holly, my nurse, saying that I need to call her back. And this is ominous, because when I get a blood panel done, usually she just leaves a message saying that everything's fine. And so I know something's wrong, and I call her back, and it turns out that my hemoglobin is getting really high. It's not earth-shatteringly high yet, but it's high enough where I need to do something about it, and she tells me that the answer is that I need to start donating blood every 6 weeks. So I get an appointment at a blood center, and while I'm there I casually mention that my doctor wanted me to do it every 6 weeks, and as it turns out, they don't do it every 6 weeks, they do it every 8 weeks, and this released a sort of shitstorm of interrogation on me. And they come in and they are interrogating me over why my doctor wants me to donate so many times, and why my hemoglobin is high in the first place, and what meds I'm on, and all this other stuff that they really shouldn't need to know, aside from knowing that I'm not on any meds that make me ineligible to donate blood. But whatever the case, they tell me to leave and get a written order or prescription in order to donate blood, because they can't do it otherwise, and they definitely can't do it every 6 weeks. I call a doctor and she says I definitely don't need a prescription, I just need to donate blood as many times as they will let me, and that they are, quote, giving me the runaround. So I go to a different place, and I give them my information, and I'm filling out their little yes or no form. I haven't accidentally stuck myself with someone else's needle, that sort of thing. And they're trying to enter my personal information, like my name and my phone number and my address, into their computer, and the computer won't take it for some reason. So they're thinking there's something wrong with the system. They get someone over there and they're all looking at it, but they let me go to the interview room and have my vitals checked by the technician who was there, and everything's going great. As I'm in there, though, one of the guys who was out there talking about the computer problem comes in and asks if I have a twin sister named Jacqueline who lives at the same address as me. Well, fuck. I forgot that before I changed my name, I'd tried donating there before, and, I mean, I wasn't deferred or anything. They just told me I needed to eat before I came because I was kind of a noob and I didn't know how blood donation worked. Anyway, my heart starts pounding as I tell them the truth, that that was my old name. I don't have a twin sister. And now I'm freaking out on the inside because I think that they're not going to take my blood, which I need them to take my blood. I have too much blood. And she's taking my vitals, and I'm freaking out over that too because I know my blood pressure must be ridiculously high, as well as my pulse, because of somebody coming in and mentioning my old name, which already gets my vitals going. Even saying my old name gets my vitals going. So he walks out, and I'm convinced that they're having another round table over whether or not I'm eligible to donate. My blood pressure actually hit a lifetime record for me of 179/98, and my pulse was fast approaching 200. According to the tech, I barely squeaked by. And she also said she doesn't blame me for changing my name, which suggests maybe she doesn't understand why I changed my name. I think there's a lot of people who really, they don't expect to ever meet somebody who has their gender changed, so they just assume that I have weird parents. And when I was still not passing, but my name was legally Jackson, people still thought I just had weird parents who named me Jackson. But anyway, they didn't decide I was ineligible, and I got all set up and had my blood taken. It was really nice. I talked to someone who was giving plasma for the entire time, and I have the battle scar to prove it, and yeah, it's pretty nice. The best part of the evening, though, was how I misinterpreted what I was supposed to do when the needle was out, and I wound up power bleeding everywhere. Because you're supposed to lift your arm up for 30 seconds and then clench it hard, like this, in order to heal it a bit. And I didn't do the clenching part, and I just sort of held my arm out, and it spurted a lot. And I'm actually quite shocked I didn't pass out, because I've never been the best at seeing my own blood. Even in vials, I don't like seeing it, but I didn't. Anyway, that's the end of that story, but the blood panel itself was really interesting. I've been put putting off asking for the blood numbers because I'm lazy, I guess, and they don't give me my blood numbers automatically, they just tell me good or bad. So I asked, and they gave me a sheet that has all 3 of my blood panels, although they didn't test everything with the last blood panel because I think it's because someone else did it who didn't know why I was getting the blood panel, but I don't know. Whatever the case, the first 2 blood panels are quite interesting, and one thing I didn't realize was how much more testosterone men have than women, because it's not like I didn't do research over the side effects and everything of testosterone, but I didn't know what normal levels were. And before testosterone injections, my level was 78.3, which is a normal level for a biological female. On the meds right now, I mean, it might be higher, it might be lower, but my second blood panel, it was 611.5. And for some reason, I didn't know it would be that dramatic and that fast. But it is, and it's really awesome. So, yeah, that's my story for tonight. Or my story and my recognition of how numbers work. But yeah, happy trails. I'll talk to you next time when I have something interesting to talk about.